All right. So what I was doing is I was trying to find something online about the Verizon business internet LTE system with the modem. I had questions like what connections are there, how good is the Wi-Fi, is it compatible with MIMO antennas, and what the reception was like compared to what my phone is. Now I will tell you that I have Viasat satellite, and recently at nighttime I have 0.02 download and 0.12 upload, and I call every single day, and all they ever do is tell me that they're working, there's an outage. I mean, I'm paying $180 a month for internet that I can't even use after 7 p.m. And so all their answers are just nonsense. They just get, although I will say that their customer service people are very friendly, but that doesn't do anything for me. And I even told the one guy, I said, if you got 2 gallons of gas, but you realized no gas came out, would you be okay with that? Because that's basically what they're doing. They're giving me no internet for 2 days. It's actually been about 5 days. Right now I have 4.7 download, which is just about worthless. My phone hotspot from Verizon does better than that now. And so anyway, I'm gonna do the unboxing, kind of show how the setup process, and kind of rate it and see how it works for me. All right. So I open the box, and this is how the box comes, which is good because I'm moving, so I need some more boxes. And sorry about the mess too, because like I say, I'm in the process of moving and packing, so everything's a little bit all over the place. So I believe that this is the newest one, and yeah, it's the VZ Business Gateway. So I saw that they're only shipping the version 2. I don't see anything that says version 2, but we'll hope that that's what it is, and that it's the latest one, which would be nice. Alright, so I'm just taking the top off the box. It has a setup guide, it looks like. You pull out here, plug it in, wait for the device to start up, check for solid white line. Here's your setup instructions. There's another package here. And normally I just rip it open. Let's figure out this. So, looks like it's a power supply, Ethernet cable, power supply, 2 amp, 24 watt, 12 volt. Pretty standard power supply. And then we'll take this part off. Yeah, and this is different than the one I saw online, so I'm guessing that this is the version 2. I'll just double check to make sure there's nothing in this thing. It's just a lot of extra packing material. Again, I'm going to use all these for moving anyway, so that's good. And then there's another spacer in there that does nothing. So move that all aside. And looks like it has a cable guide on the bottom, air vents. Just rip this off, pull this out. So I guess to answer my question is, what connections are there? There's 2 Ethernet and a power supply, that's it. Which isn't a problem for me. I'll probably just use my old router as a relay. I also have a relay in my shop. So yeah, it just looks like it's just basically a spacer to help keep it cool. Imagine the instructions are, don't put it on a carpet, put it on something hard, 3 inches away from any other thing, etc., etc. So the next thing I'm going to do is I downloaded an app. I'll tell you what it is here in a second. I forget, there's so many. It's basically a signal amplifier. I'll do a speed test of what my Viasat is right now, and then I'll do an internet speed test once I get the Verizon modem up. And this one here, I think, which is awesome for me, because I got this with, I switched my phone over to the business plan. It's $45, and then this is $100 per month. But what they did was you get $40 discount when you switch your phone over to Verizon Business. So if you have a business account, your Verizon Business, so basically for $100, which is the cost of just this, I get a free phone with that's transferred onto the unlimited rather than one of the sub plans with data limits. And although I have an older plan that the Verizon guy gave me, and it only has 15 gigabytes rather than I think there's a new one out that's like 100, but then the 100 gig is $100 a month. So even with the $40 off a month, you're talking 160, which is about what I'm paying now. I'm paying $180 for Viasat to not work for me. So I'm hoping that this fixes those problems. Again, I'll get this connected. I'm going to find out the best room in the house and tell you what app I used and show you some results here in just a couple minutes. Okay, so went through with cell phone light. Let me find out what it was real quick. It was network cell info light is where I went to get the best reception in my house, which still isn't that great. It's just on the edge of green, which is about a -100. And so in this exact spot right here is the best spot. I get like 103 somewhere else. Only thing I would be concerned with is I'm also getting -63 on my Wi-Fi speed. And with that, that's on the other side of the house, but then I have another 150 feet to go out to my shop before I get any Wi-Fi. So it'd be interesting to see how the numbers go. So I just plugged it in. There's like a button here. And I am a little disappointed that there's not MIMO antenna hookups or any other kind of antenna hookups just in case. Okay, so there's your white dot up here. And you're supposed to just leave it plugged in until it comes on, stays steady. But yeah, again, with no other antenna hookups or any other kind of peripheral hookups, even an SD card or something to upload any kind of firmware updates, there's really nothing there other than what you get in the box. But being that this is a version 2, maybe this is something that the company controls and they're able to do that remotely or with their downloads. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this stabilize. Once this is up, I'll do another internet speed test. I just did one with Viasat satellite again, which I am paying $179 for their business unlimited, and I got 0.4 download, and I was standing right next to my router, and 0.2 upload. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's just taking your money, and they never ever ask you for any kind of compensation. They don't do anything for you. They just say sorry, and they shrug their shoulders at you. So again, I hope that this is a little bit of a better product. And what I'm going to do is, once this stabilizes, I'll do an internet speed test about the same distance away I did from the Viasat, and then I'm going to go outside and then check my Wi-Fi rate. So what I'll do once I stop this, I'll screenshot the cell phone light to show you what kind of signal I'm getting from my router now. That's not good. And then we'll see. I don't think that's a good number or a good light. Well, let's see what we can do. I'll be right back. Okay, so come to find out, basically what happened was that red light comes on and it has to stabilize and register with the network. Then once it's done registering, then it goes straight in. The issue that I had was that on the other side of the house, I had to go all the way through the house outside of the shop, which is about another 150 feet outside, out there by where that fence line is, but it's over to the left. So basically I had to go through the whole house, and Rexia here helped me. And so what I did was I moved it over to here, which actually had a better gain. And I will tell you, like, I did use that cell phone app, whatever, but if you just go into settings, connections, and then look at your baud rate, it's much quicker rather than waiting 5 seconds every time. So out of the whole house, this literally is the best spot for internet. And I did some comparisons. Again, I did the internet speed test about 10 feet away from the Viasat that was connected to the modem. The one test went through, and the other test wouldn't even go through. It did about a 2 megabyte download, and then it failed on upload. So it just said can't even get you a result. So as you can see on these updates that I just ran, I ran a couple different ones. The first one I'm going to show here is the connected into the bathroom. And also, the good thing about that Cell Mapper program, it's not Cell Mapper, it's the one I said earlier. I'll put on screen because I'm an idiot, can't remember. But anyway, the tower is straight out this way, so a little bit north and to the east, and I thought it was south and to the east. I'm sorry, north and to the west, and I thought it was south and to the west, but it's not. So anyway, we walked all around the house. Rexia was right there with me, showing me where to put it, I guess. And although it seems to get a really good signal there, I'm not sure that the dog nose prints matters very much, but I did notice that the bars mattered. So in the center of the bars and above the lip on the bottom of the windowsill does matter. Now I'll tell you, there's a couple things that I don't, sorry about the golf cart in my living room. So I will say there's a couple things that I like, and there's a couple things I don't like. Obviously, the things that I like is it's simple. You just plug it in and it's registered and you're ready to go. The good thing about that, though, is that they're not registered to your local home tower. And you can basically, if you had a motorhome and you had it at the house, you could register all your devices. And when you go somewhere, go ahead and take that box right there with you. And you'll have your internet anytime you stop at a RV park. You don't have to worry about, what Wi-Fi they're providing or what the case is. So that's one good thing. And the one of the bad things is there's really no way to input a MIMO or an external antenna, which would be really nice because most of these people that are getting these don't already have fiber. If you have fiber, then this is not for you. And if you have even if you had cable or something, this is not for you. But living out in a rural area, like I say, for years, the only thing that's been available is either Viasat or you could get DSL, which we're at the very end of the line, about 9 miles away from the house. And the fastest I ever got was 1.3 megabyte download. So it's definitely not worth it. But so I'm already paying, if I'm paying $45 a month for business phone plan, which I think my last Verizon cell phone plan was like $70. So anyway, this one's my phone plan's $45, which basically makes that $55 a month. And for the type of improvement and hopefully reliability, you can't beat that in my opinion. So again, negatives: no external antenna, and no other connections. There's not even a SIM card slot that I can see. So I will tell you this: once you plug in, all right, so you're going to have two different access codes. So once you get it, you're not going to want the crazy password that they give you. And so you're going to have to log into the modem itself. And when you do that, you have to use the bottom password. There's a top password, which is your Wi-Fi password, and your bottom one, which is your device password. Your device password is what you need to do. Go in there to your wireless settings, and then just go ahead and update it to whatever you want. You can change the name of your network and the Wi-Fi password. It also gives you the option to do like band switching, or you can just let the network manage your band, which will throw it on the fastest possible connection. So right here in the middle of my house, I think this is going to work pretty good. I tried to use my extender out in my shop. I wasn't able to use it out there with it on the other side of the house. I have a feeling it will here because it's right up against the glass facing north rather than east, and my shop is to the west. So I think that we're in good shape, and if I have any other issues, I'll definitely update this video. And I hope it was useful for somebody, because like I say, I literally was trying to find anything, and this box is not found anywhere that I could find. And like I say, I hope it helps you, and that's about it. Take care. Rexia, say bye.